So I thought I'd just do a quick video on how to test a headlight switch out of an AP6 Valiant. This would be the same as an AP5 and previous models, I'd say, and possibly all the way up to 68, 69. But they use pretty much the same system. What I'm testing for is, does the headlight switch work? Is it going to power the lights, park lights, and is it going to power the instrument cluster? Does the instrument cluster work? So there's not a lot online about testing this. There's bits and pieces. But I couldn't find a schematic of this circuit board, but I've managed to work it out, how it works. It's actually pretty simple. I've actually taken out all of these globes. There's only 5 there. All the globes work. I've powered them up with a 9-volt battery, and they all turned on. So I know there's no issues with globes. At the moment, I'm just testing the odometer globe in the instrument cluster. So just explain how this is all hooked up. So I'll start with how the actual switch itself is hooked up. I've got my little drawing over here, which is exactly how the pins are on this thing. So 12-volt battery pack. I'll start with the green wire. So I've got power going into this green wire, going all the way around here. And that green wire ends up at this terminal right at the back here where the alligator clip is, and that's B1, terminal B1. B1 or battery 1, and B1 supplies the headlights, and that's all it does. It supplies power to the headlights, and the headlights is this terminal right here, H for headlights, and which is this terminal right here with the green wire is coming out of. So that's going out of there. It's going all the way around to the positive on my H4 globe. Then the negative through this yellow wire is going all the way back to the negative on my battery pack. What else have I got? So I've got my park lamp, also that's representing the park lamp, even though it's an amber globe. That's coming from where it says over here where it's got P, which is this terminal back here where this alligator clip is. So that's going out to the positive of my park lamp globe, and the negative is just being piggybacked to the negative on the headlight globe. So they're both earthed down the same terminal, going back to the battery pack. The instrument cluster, which is powered by B2, and B2 is coming from this yellow wire from the positive clamp of the battery pack. It's going all the way to here, to that terminal. So that's B2, battery 2, and battery 2 pretty much powers everything else. So it's powering the instrument cluster, which goes from here where it says I, instrument cluster, and at the moment I've got that going out to just one pin on the circuit board. Now, how do I know that's the one for the odometer globe? It's actually fairly straightforward. You just follow these pathways across here, and you can see you've got one pathway going across here, and it meets this pin right there. Then you've got this pathway coming all the way under, and it goes to the pin where this alligator clip is. Now, it's very important that you earth out the frame. So I've got an alligator clip going from the frame all the way back to the negative on the battery pack. The other important thing is that these, I don't know if it's copper or whatever it is here, these pathways have to be clean under where the sockets are. So I've got a wire brush and just clean them all off, and that includes these screws. There's 5 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They've all got to be clean. These were all corroded. These screws act, I think, as an earth terminal, and also where the metal contacts are on the holders. I've cleaned them with a wire brush as well. So I know all my globes work because I've tested them individually with a 9-volt battery. Put power to them and they all lit up, so they all work. Okay, so that's the soldering point, or not soldering point, that's the pin going to the odometer. This one here, I think that's the oil light. I'm not sure now. I'd have to turn it over. Hang on, let me have a look. I'll just go around. Okay, that top one. Okay, so the top one's the oil light. So that's that globe there. So if you wanted to test that, you just follow the path of where that goes to, which is that pin, and there's the return, which is that pin. All right, so but I'm just going to test the one globe at the moment. So the way it should work, turn my battery pack on. Okay, so the switch is in, so nothing should be on. So if I pull it out to position 1, it should just be the instrument cluster and the park lamp globe. So I'll pull it out. Oh, it might help if I actually turn the battery pack on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there goes my park lamp. And if you have a look behind the socket, it's very dull. I'll just turn it off so you can see that socket on the odometer globe works. That's position 1. Okay, I'll turn my dimmer one way and the other. And you see that it goes off, it goes on. Right, so anti-clockwise is full strength. Now, it's actually quite dim. When I tested all the lights, it wasn't very bright at all. I don't know how bright it's meant to be, but I still think there might be a problem with the rheostat in this. But anyway, you can see it works. So position 1 turns on the instrument cluster, turns on the park lamp globes, and it should be where I pull it all the way out. My headlight comes on, and the park lamp globe goes out, and the instrument cluster stays on. And there we go. There's the instrument cluster globe. You can see it's still on. Right. Park. Headlights, parkers go out. So this all works. The only thing, like I said, is it's not very bright on the other side. So I've got a new switch coming. They're not that expensive. I think it was about $40, $45. And I'll just see if that is why these lights aren't so bright behind here. Otherwise, I'll have to investigate further. But that's a basic test on the headlight switch and the instrument cluster globes.